what I'm saying? In front of everybody. Oh. Game starts at 20, bet slip is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Come on. What you got, huh?
It is spa day, Jamie. You don't interrupt spa day.
Okay. Gracie, what's up?
I need some tips.
Jamie, you want a tip?
Yeah.
No.
Come on, somebody. Jalen, what's up, man?
You want a tip?
Yeah.
You really want a tip?
I really need some tips.
Don't call somebody on live TV, Jamie Foxx.
Well, you answered. Have other friends anyway. Marshawn, Barry, holla.
Jamie Foxx. Hey, what's up with it, Fox?
Listen, I need some tips.
I like L.A.
LA?
No, Dallas.
Dallas?
Dallas not the
Dallas?
fit. We gotta get to Miami. How about Detroit? Nah, Barry over there.
You know what? I'm gonna call y'all right now. Vanessa, I need your help.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Going with my gut. Let's go with our gut.
Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle. Doug, I love this time of year, not only because of the sports, but because of the sports talk radio. We live in an area of the country where we get three great markets, Philly, New York, and Boston. Philly is thrilled about the Phillies and the Eagles. New York is upset about the Mets and the Yankees, and the Yankee fans are bouncing off the walls, finding out that Cashman and Boone will be back next year in pinstripes. And Boston fans are just not understanding what Belichick is doing with his quarterback situation. So very interesting sports talk.
You
nowadays.
Also forgot about the Jets and Giants fans.
Jets and Giants fans are thrilled, and also Boston, the Bruins and Celtics are off to a great start of the season. So it's this whole range of emotion that sports fans are experiencing in October here.
And a lot of it's topsy-turvy.
Yeah. Changes every week.
The Giants playing well, the Jets playing well, the Eagles at the current time are undefeated as we're taping this. Mm-hmm. Who knows what's going to happen over the weekend?
Who knows?
But again, the Yankees and Mets are out. No one expected really to see the Phillies going to the World Series. Mm-hmm. Well, except that one better from was that William Hill that had the
what was that? Someone
was it BetMGM.
Was it BetMGM? I guess someone bet that the Astros will beat the Phillies in the World Series, and this was in March, right?
Yes.
And a $50 bet will win him what?
Something like $250,000 because from what I've been reading about the book that took the bet had the wrong odds.
Okay.
Or they had too high an odds. It should have been a lot lower than what it was at the time. So, again, it's been an interesting
This is why we love
season.
Sports, and this is why we love this time of year.
October
it's incredible.
is the best sports season.
Early November is such a great time.
I always circle the October on the calendar, not just for Halloween, but also the way all the sports are playing. Also, it's always the time. There's at least some point in October where you have the sports equinox.
Oh yeah,
all four sports are having.
We had that last week, right?
Time.
Yeah, we had that last week.
Exactly. So October's a great time of the month, not just for sports.
By the way,
but for sports.
Yeah, the last week in October I hate because I noticed I took down the Halloween decorations.
Yes.
So,
well, I'm back to my coat board behind me.
I noticed that. No more bats flying around behind you,
or a big jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. Well, we got a great show coming up for you. We got a Beatin The House segment. We also have, my God, is it week 8
Yes.
Our Week 8 Pro Pick segment powered by Betfred. Unbelievable. What a great time. It's not the halfway point. It's almost the halfway point. Right
Yeah.
now, it's
Give or take, yeah.
I used to. What is the halfway point? I'm terrible at math, apparently. So,
well,
there's
18 weeks. Week 9 technically would be.
Yeah, there's really no technically halfway point because now it's an odd number of years.
Yeah, odd number of games.
Yeah, odd number of what did I say? Odd number of years. Odd number of
that
games.
too. But
yeah. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
I'm going to start off this exit with a question.
Okay, can I answer it, or is this a hypothetical question?
Yeah, you could.
I can attempt to answer
It's
it? Okay.
technically a rhetorical question.
Okay.
But when is an exclusivity not exclusive?
Okay, that's a
little too esoteric.
That's a riddle. I don't know.
A little too meta.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
It's a little. It's like a bizarre law school joke, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the reason I'm asking that is because in the sports betting industry, remember when the sports betting the sports leagues wanted their integrity fees, then when it turned out they're not going to get those integrity fees, they started doing these data deals.
Yeah.
And there are so many different types of categories of data deals you have out there. You have exclusive, you have official. These tags that they're putting on the leagues are putting on their partners.
Yeah.
And I mean, as a matter of fact,
I think that's an important aspect of a contract. When a sportsbook operator does a deal with a league,
Yes.
they always have that term official sports betting partner,
Right.
of it, which involves the data.
Well, remember when the NFL first announced their sports betting partners? They never called them exclusive. It was always official.
Official.
And
do we have an exclusive now? Is there an
No,
exclusive one out there?
No,
or-
it's not exclusive.
Okay. You're just making a point.
I'm
right?
just making a point
Okay.
here.
All right.
But there are exclusive deals out there.
All right.
And it's a matter of seeing exactly how these deals are made in terms of data. Not integrity fees, nothing like that, but just data
So
deals.
are you going to tell me now about an exclusive deal that we just heard about?
There are exclusive deals out there. We have an official deal that just got made, and this is going to be a key point in a lot of these other deals going forward. FanDuel just did a deal with Sport Radar to be one of the official official NBA sports betting partner.
Okay.
And it involves new NBA player data that Sport Radar has crafted with the NBA, and that in turn is going to create new player props, new betting options for all the different books. Same game parlays are going to be expanded because of this deal. But what I'm really getting at
now, would in-play betting also
yes,
be affected too?
That's where player props go.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
In-play technically falls under player props
Okay.
if you think about
All
it.
right.
But what we're seeing also is if some of these other sports books, not the biggies like FanDuel and DraftKings, but some of these other ones are some way in shape or form getting cut out of some of these data deals because they can't afford the price of the data feed. We're starting to see secondary data deals pop up on the market.
Okay.
Case in point, we have Sport Radar is able to provide official data from the Association of Tennis Professionals, even though IMG Arena has the official data stream.
Okay.
What we have here is the Tennis Data Innovations Company working with the ATP, the Association of Tennis Professionals Tour, to create a secondary data feed that a lot of these other companies who didn't get in on the official data feed.
Okay.
There's multiple levels here.
Yeah. I'm hearing that.
What these are doing, these secondary data deals, are also doing basically what just happened with FanDuel and Sport Radar. They're increasing the amount of betting options out there for these other books that aren't part of these major exclusive deals. I mean, if you don't have a deal with IMG Arena, you really wouldn't be getting the Association of Tennis Professionals if it wasn't for Sport Radar doing the deal with TDI to get the secondary data feed
Well,
out there.
let me tell you something. Especially tennis, that's a huge, huge market for a lot of bettors. Before, you got interested in sports betting, you were shocked at some of the sports that these sports bettors really specialized in. Like I think we talked about last week, a lot of sports bettors specialize in golf. And now I'm hearing a lot of sports bettors really love to bet on tennis.
Well, this actually benefits the sports as well, because not only can they do a deal for their official data, they have these, I don't want to call them clearinghouses, but that's what they're functioning like. These secondary level data companies, data feeds that are out there, that expands the sports data to other sports books that aren't partnered with their official sports betting data partner to begin with. This is actually a very interesting market that's happening in the sports betting industry, this secondary data deal market, because it's just expanding the industry even more. It's bringing more revenue all around the board. It's giving bettors more and more options in different areas, not only of the country, but of the world.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Sport Radar is everywhere. I watch these betting shows, and if you hang around for the credits, you'll see Sport Radar at the bottom of everything. So
every time
time
I see things like these data deals that are out there, you got to look and see exactly what they are now. Is this a exclusive? Is this an official? Is this a secondary?
Yeah.
So again, we're seeing multiple levels of data deals to keep up with the industry, like with what's going on with the NBA. The NBA and going to the NBA data, the player data going to FanDuel through Sport Radar.
See, I love that, especially when I have a FanDuel account and I use it all the time, not only for fantasy sports but for betting. And let me tell you something, they have a great online casino in New Jersey. So I really enjoy FanDuel, and I'm glad they're doing that because it really expands NBA betting.
Exactly, but again, if you're not one of the biggies, these secondary data deals offer you a less expensive way to get these data feeds.
Sure.
And it's a great move in the market. It's probably a niche that needed to be filled for a lot of places.
Exit 2.
Last week we talked about the casino esport conference that was being held in Atlantic City. This week we're going to go to the other side of the country, I should say. I know.
Everyone says Las Vegas to the coast. Las Vegas is not on the coast. Nevada is not on the coast.
It's just a common phrase.
Any more earthquakes in California, maybe Nevada will be on the coast.
Property,
maybe, but as it stands right now, Nevada is not on the coast.
Going out to the other side, out west. How about that? Nevada is inching closer to having esports wagering on the books. The Esports Technical Advisory Committee, that's the 8-member committee that's creating and crafting and coming up with these regulations to govern how esports wagering is going to be done in the state. They have been developing these regulations, and just last week they have now voted to forward a regulatory proposal to the Nevada Gaming Commission and the and some other regulatory bodies in Nevada, the Nevada Gaming Board. Basically, it's step one.
Okay.
And I think really
now, I know New Jersey has betting on esports. Are they trying to craft it like New Jersey's? Are they doing something different? What are they? I know New Jersey. Yeah, it's not big right now, but if you have like an esport tournament, you can't automatically bet on it. I guess you have to propose it to the
you have to go through the gaming commission,
and they say yes or no and stuff like that. So.
Well, the way Nevada's approaching it is slightly different, and I know Seth Shore, who was there at the hearing, said this was checking box number one. I think they checked box number one previously when they decided we're not going for a constitutional amendment to the sports betting law. We're going to just amend the race and sport book regulations.
Okay.
Instead of doing an entire separate body of law for the esports.
It's less red tape.
Exactly.
I know we're talking about this control boards and going here, but changing legislation and doing an amendment is a lot more work than changing a regulation.
Exactly. Well, here's what they came up with. The draft that they just approved, that's going to be forwarded over to the Gaming Control Board and the Nevada Gaming Commission. It will provide flexibility for sports books to determine what esports event they're going to be doing.
Good. That's interesting.
But they have to take responsibility for integrity, the sports books. They have to take responsibility for integrity. They have to take responsibility for the company putting it on. You know, if it's kind of a fly-by-night company.
I don't know how I feel about that because I know
there's
a lot
so much more put on the books.
That might be a little too much put on the books. You might want to, you know, probably take some of the responsibility off them because, look, if they're responsible for everything, you know, that's going to scare them away from actually putting that out to their customers. So I'm a little worried about that. I want to see how this is drafted and how it works out, and I'm sure the books are going to have a lot of questions, and hopefully they get some guidance.
The way it's drafted is if the Gaming Control Board chairman doesn't like what's going on, the Gaming Control Board can step in and review the matter before it gets a little too out of hand.
What do you mean? If
they're doing a tournament, and it's going on, and the Gaming Control Board chairman gets a notice saying something weird is going on, they can step in and take a look before anything is really completed or anything like that. It does take some of the pressure off the sports books, but really the pressure still remains on the sportsbook operators themselves to maintain integrity. They have to do their due diligence on the tournaments.
If you're going to do something like that, I would think the books would feel more comfortable by, you know, getting a proposal from an eSport tournament and then going to the board and seeing.
Well, you know,
that's
going to be part of the process.
I hope so. But you know what? Don't scare away the books from doing eSports. And I'm afraid if you're putting too much liability on them, you might scare them away from actually doing something with esports.
The other aspect of these regulations or these proposed regulations, this is going to be based upon competitions not only in a Nevada venue, but also online.
Okay.
So if they see an online tournament that's going on, they want to offer odds on it, they got to go through the same process to put that up on the tote board.
Okay.
And also they got to send quarterly reports to the control board.
Okay.
You know, on the accepted wagers, outcomes, all that stuff. So at some point, it's going to be like ordinary sports betting.
Okay. But yeah, I'm just saying the responsibilities for a sports book operator shouldn't be so onerous that it'd scare them away from doing it.
Technically, it's there now.
It's there now, but it's one of those
especially
things.
in Nevada. It's right there. If the Nevada wants to offer like a prop bet, they do it.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, hopefully, you know, the way it's drafted and maybe the way it actually occurs in the real world may be a little different, and it may have some extra steps to it. But we'll see how this turns out.
And we'll see what the Gaming Commission and the Gaming Control Board have to say about it, too.
Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly. Ding dong, Drizzly.
Exit 3.
Well, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, get ready to see your quarterback zombified.
Okay.
That's the only way I can phrase this.
I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
DraftKings has done a deal with Deadfellas. It's an NFT platform that is basically zombie-based.
Okay.
Every image they put out there is a zombie.
All right.
Which, Deadfellas.
Okay.
So, what they've done is
do they? I'm asking this because I actually have a figurine of a zombie Philadelphia Philly,
something like that,
and I'm curious to see, is this a Deadfellas thing, or is I didn't know you were doing this story. I would have brought the actual figurine with me, but
the figurine is more graphic. Let me put it that way.
Okay,
these are cartoons.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
I showed you the figurine. It's a zombie with the Philadelphia Phillies shirt on.
These are very cool looking NFTs.
Okay.
If you're into zombies, they're not graphic.
I'm not into zombies. Someone just gave it to me, so
they're not like Walking Dead zombie type of things with like goo coming everywhere. But these are cartoon images of zombies.
Okay,
that's what they promote. Deadfellas,
right.
And they're utility NFTs. They unlock different contests, different games, different levels on the Deadfellas platform.
Okay,
what's going on here is DraftKings. You know that the NFT game they started, Rainmakers.
Okay, yeah.
As part of Rainmakers, 13 right now. This is the initial drop. 13 football players will be transformed into zombified Deadfellas NFTs.
So, by your comment first starting this story, I'm assuming Jalen Hurts will be a zombie?
Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Nick Chubb.
All right.
Kyler Murray, although some people are saying he plays like a zombie out there because he's throwing the ball weird. Alvin
rough.
Kamara,
Yep.
Debo Samuel, and Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
They're all going to be part of the first drop.
Now we can check these out, right? I mean, are they online?
They
Can we take
launched. They dropped. Let me get the right phrasing. They
Okay.
dropped.
They were minted.
No, they were minted already.
Okay, they were minted. So I got that right. Okay, I got that
NFTs
NFT
dropped.
thing.
And these NFTs dropped Halloween weekend.
All right. Well,
Yep.
good time to do it.
Exactly. That's why zombies.
Yeah.
So this will be the initial list of players, and what happens with this deal between DraftKings and Deadfellas. These NFTs can be used in the Rainmakers game that DraftKings has put out there.
That's pretty cool.
Fantasy sports. There's other contests being done there. These are more utility NFTs that will take advantage of being part of the Rainmakers line for the DraftKings.
So where can you get these NFTs?
Online. Go to Deadfellas.
Oh, you go to Deadfellas or you go to
Deadfellas,
DraftKings?
Both.
Okay.
They're both going to be available.
Okay. All right.
So it's kind of going to be fun because you also got to realize something else. DraftKings has Rainmaker football contests, fantasy football contests all the time, just not in every state. As a matter of fact, Pennsylvania just sent them a letter saying there's too much luck involved in this. You can't run these without a gambling license.
There's too much luck in fantasy football?
In this Rainmaker.
Oh, in this Rainmaker game?
Yes.
This particular game?
Yes.
Oh,
it's not a game of skill.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a weird interpretation by the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board.
That term is such a vague term.
They sent the letter
There's
to
a big
them.
conversation like that
Yeah.
in poker. Is it a game of skill? Is it luck? Is it gambling? Is it not? Or what? It's crazy.
But the Gaming Control Board in Pennsylvania sent DraftKings a letter saying you can't do this in this state.
Okay.
Without getting some kind of license.
All right.
So, although it's offered everywhere, it may not be playable everywhere.
Okay.
It's playable in New Jersey, New York,
Okay.
all around Pennsylvania. But it's one of those things where, it's another utility NFT where you can get a share of $1 million prizes, part of the Rainmaker thing, different weekly Rainmaker football contests. And the player cards you can actually buy, sell, trade.
Okay.
Just like you do normal football player cards.
Great.
So enjoy your zombies.
Yep.
Exit 4.
We're going to go golfing for the last exit.
Okay. Golf.
Not really.
Okay. Not really. Is it virtual golf?
This is virtual
golf. Okay.
Golf Plus.
Everything's virtual now.
This is Golf Plus.
Okay.
And now, no, it's not a TV
No one's getting
channel.
any exercise anymore. Everything's
Exactly.
virtual.
This is not
Just
a
sit
TV
back
channel.
and relax and do sports.
Every channel has something called something plus. This is not a TV
It's
channel.
not a streaming channel.
This
huh?
is not
Okay.
a TV channel.
All right.
This is an actual sports technology startup company that started out as an augmented reality putting trainer.
Okay.
It has now moved into full virtual reality golf training.
So, do you need the goggles
Yes,
for them? And
you need
are
goggles.
Is that the correct term? I'll keep saying goggles. What are they? Visors? I don't know what they're called.
Call them a headset.
Headset. Okay.
The Golf Plus just got a whole bunch of new funding brought in by Rory McIlroy, Tom Brady.
Wow.
They've even have gotten people like Jordan Spieth to invest in it, Ben Crenshaw, Stephen Curry, however you want to say it, from the NBA. They've all invested in this. They're all big golfers. Well, especially the golfers.
Well, we saw Tom Brady and Steph Curry playing on the they call it the match. You know, it used to be Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. I think Mickelson still plays.
One of the courses is actually Valhalla Golf Club. That has been put into the system.
All right.
Well, and also Tom Brady's buying every other kind of professional team out there. He just bought a pickleball team.
Okay.
So, wait and see where
I
LeBron James falls.
I finally saw an actual pickleball.
It's interesting.
It's like a small wiffle ball.
Yeah.
I just
small court.
Yeah.
And
it's like halfway between tennis and table tennis.
Yeah.
You have pickleball.
See, I'd like to see a raised pickleball court,
right.
like table tennis. But no, it's that pickleball's fine. But
I saw doubles pickleball.
yes,
And on such a small court, I mean, you really need to coordinate with your partner playing pickleball, doubles pickleball.
well that's why doubles pickleball I think is a lot more popular to watch than it is to play.
Well, it just I'd be bumping into everyone.
But anyway, going back to Golf Plus.
Okay.
Again, started out as augmented reality, moved into virtual reality a couple years ago, 2019, 2020. It's basically, in 2021, they added full course play. Now, it's not just you're sitting there looking at a digital course. You've got wind. You've got different gradations on the fairways. You've got the cutting of the grass is different. Basically, every realistic type of element to the game of golf has been incorporated into Golf Plus through the MetaQuest 2 platform. That's the virtual reality platform that it's in.
See, that's awesome because, growing up, I think when you do virtual golf, you're hitting a golf ball into a screen that's pictured like, you have your white ball going somewhere. But this is absolutely incredible.
Well, I remember way back when there was an old Sean Connery movie, Outland, with Peter Boyle as one of the characters. And Peter Boyle was standing in front of a screen, hitting a golf ball into the screen, and it was going, it continued on the screen as a digital golf ball.
Yeah, well, that's what I did that one time in Atlantic City. I think
if
they
you
had
see
one of those in Atlantic
if you
City,
see this movie, Outland, it takes place on a mining colony out in space, so that's why he had virtual golf.
Okay, all right,
but it's nothing like this.
No,
this is going to be a huge step ahead of that. So, but again, it's promising realistic physics, realistic golf play. And what they are attempting to do is have a player feel comfortable going from Golf Plus to an actual golf course without missing a beat.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it's really preparing you for what you will actually experience on the golf course.
Exactly.
So pretty cool. And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Well, we got a great show coming up for you. We got a Beatin the House segment, and then our Week 8 NFL Pro Pick segment powered by Betfred. I can't believe it's Week 8 already. I think we say that every week. I can't believe it's Week 8. It's Week 7, Week 9.
I was in shock when Week 2 happened because everything's going so quick.
Yeah. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here.
Use offer code SPICE404.
They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
The Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment is brought to you by Betfred Sportsbook.
Never miss a bet with Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred Sports brings over 50 years of experience through the United States betting industry. Straight bets, in-play wagering, parlay cards, teasers, and more. Head on over to BetfredSports.com or download the Betfred Sportsbook app in Colorado, Iowa, or Arizona and get in on all the action today. New signups will receive up to $250 in free bets when wagering $50. Download the Betfred Sportsbook app today. Offer valid in Colorado, Iowa, and Arizona only. Visit BetfredSports.com for terms and conditions. Please gamble responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa, 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona, and 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado.
Welcome to Week 9 of the NFL regular season. This is the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. The segment's powered by Betfred Sports, and each week we bring you our picks of the upcoming football week, and actually have been really impressed with how both of us have been performing lately.
Well, last week was my first losing week. I think I went 1-2.
If you're week 9 already, and you're just saying you're just having a losing week,
my first
I think
losing
you can
week,
actually feel good about that. I started off having losing weeks, so
damn Falcons! Oh my goodness!
Well, again, they
won, but they didn't cover the spread.
They were the ATS darlings for a while.
Yeah.
Now I don't know about them anymore.
They were the covering machines. So.
Again, if you look at what's been going on through the first 9 weeks, through the first 8 weeks of the NFL season, the underdogs are hitting at around a 58% clip, and the unders are incredible at 60%. I've actually never seen the unders hitting so much.
Well, let me tell you something. I really my bets this week are very interesting. I have one favorite, one underdog, and one under. So I covered the spectrum of bets.
I've actually got a set of picks, 2 underdogs and 1 over.
Okay.
But
an over.
Oh,
yes. Nice. Okay,
yes.
nice.
To recap the season so far, since this is week 9, I guess we're halfway through. You can call it. There's no more 16 weeks; it's 17 weeks.
Yeah.
Your record right now is pretty good. You're 15-9.
I'm 15-9 for the first 8 or 9.
7 weeks.
For the first 7 weeks, I have gone 2-1.
Yep. And last week was your first 1-2.
1-2. So what is that? 15-9.
15-9.
Okay.
I am actually 11-13. I've got a losing record, but I started off
You're coming up strong though.
The first 2 weeks I went 0-3. The last 6 weeks I'm 11-7.
Yeah,
so I'm very happy with my performance.
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I say that I'm proud of my performance over the last couple of weeks, you know what's going to happen this week.
So.
But anyway, as always with these picks, we do 3 games each. We use Tuesday morning lines from Betfred Sports. Please, as we do these, when it gets closer to game time, some of these lines may change. Some of them may not. You never know. But always check your game lines before you start betting on these games for Sunday. We choose either point spread or totals, no money line bets. And again, we do 3 weeks each. A print version of all our picks will appear on the Turnpike Sports blog. Head on over to turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button, and you'll see these picks in print version are emailed to react to the picks or make your own.
Yeah.
info@turnpikesportsradio.com. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Turnpike Sports. Instagram is at Turnpike Sports Radio. You can also follow us on our secondary handle on Twitter at Turnpike Bets. Without further ado, let's head on over to week number 9 and do the first game that we'll be picking.
Well, the first game I'm picking is the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are 1.5-point favorites, and the total is 50. I got to tell you, the biggest surprise for me this year is how well the Seattle Seahawks are doing. Geno Smith, wow, hey, finding new life with the Seahawks. And with this with the Geno-led Seahawks, they are 4th in the NFL in scoring. I mean, and certainly when I see the better team as an underdog, I take a good, hard, close look at them, and I think the Seahawks are a better team. Here are some numbers for you. The Seahawks are 6-2-1 against the spread in their last 9 games in Arizona. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 home games and 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games versus an NFC West opponent. You kind of figure where I'm going with this one. I love the way the Seahawks are playing. I love what Geno Smith is doing, and I'm getting points with the Seattle Seahawks. So the better team is the underdog, so I'm taking the underdog Seattle Seahawks.
I chose this game as well for this week's
picks.
Picks.
Did you go against me?
Well, here, I'll go through my analysis, and you can see where I'm leading you.
All right.
The Seahawks are doing extremely well. More impressive.
Who knew Geno
given the
Smith
fact,
would do this?
Well, everyone thought this was rebuilding year.
Yeah.
And Geno has come in, played extremely well. Offense is putting up points. Their running game is doing extremely well. Their defense is playing better than anticipated. The team's 3-1 against the spread over the last 4 games. They're coming in riding a 3-game winning streak overall. You threw out a couple betting numbers. If you look at Arizona has lost 3 of their last games and went 2-2 against the spread in the last 4. Mm-hmm. They're 1-3 in their last 4 games overall, 2-2 against the spread. In this meeting between these two teams, the road team is 11-4-1 against the spread in the last 16 games.
Yeah.
The underdog is 12-3-1 against the spread in their last meetings. I like Seattle anyway. Even with all these stats,
those are some good numbers. I didn't even see those numbers. I'm glad I'm listening to you now.
This is kind of an interesting season for the Seahawks. I like what they're doing. I hope they build upon this. Mm-hmm. But for this game, I'm doing Seattle plus 1.5.
Nice. All right. I feel better about my pick.
Well, let's head on over to the second game of the week.
My second game, we have the Las Vegas Raiders visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Raiders are 1-point favorites, and the total is 48.5 points. To say these two teams are performing poorly would be an understatement. These two offenses are terrible. The Jaguars are a turnover machine, my God, and the Raiders aren't much better. My God, they got shut out by New Orleans last week. So both these offensive has struggled, and I'm not going to give you any crazy numbers or crazy analytics and things like that. Everyone has eyes. Everyone sees what these two offenses are doing, and I think 48.5 points is a lot, especially what these two teams are going through. I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game, and I don't even see them getting close to this total. So this is the one game I'm taking the under in.
My next game, the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. This is one of the games that has this huge spread here. Kansas City's favored by 12.5.
Wow. I stay away from games like they scare
me. There were so many big
especially
spread
this
games.
year. It's bizarre, But
the over/under is 46.5, and both of these teams. This is the first time this season I think we're seeing a game between teams with identical records. They're both 5-2 going into this game.
It just feels like a different 5-2, doesn't it?
Well, the Titans are coming in winning 5 in a row.
I know. They're doing great.
I love what they've done after losing the first 2 games. They went back to what they do know, which was running the football. Derrick Henry is dominating games. Sure. The defense is playing so much better. And I have to admit, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is for Tennessee. They win. Yeah. And it's been fun watching that turnaround because they tried different things the first 2 games of the year, and it wasn't working. Mm-hmm. I don't even think they're missing A.J. Brown, quite honestly, the way they've been playing lately. The way these two teams play each other is very interesting to me because they play each other very, very tough. As a matter of fact, in the last 5 meetings, there was only one lopsided win. That was won by Tennessee, 27-3. Mm-hmm. The Titans are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 meetings with the Chiefs. They're 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 meetings in Kansas City. Now, those are 2 interesting stats. Then you add in this one. The underdog is 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings. I'm going with Tennessee plus 12.5 for my next pick there. Let's head on over to the third game of the week.
My next game is the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Washington Commanders. The Vikings are 3.5-point favorites with a total of 43.5 points. You know, before you talked about the Tennessee Titans, they just are a team that just seem to win every week. They win. But for me, it's the Minnesota Vikings, who, by the way, have a 5-game winning streak.
Yes.
It's amazing. And I think they're a much more talented team than the Commanders, who, by the way, let's be fair, they have a 3-game winning streak themselves as well. So, but the problem with the Commanders' winning streak, in my eyes anyway, I mean, they haven't played any really good teams. Here's a stat that kind of cinched this one for me. The Commanders are 1-4 against the spread against teams with a winning record.
Okay.
So that's who they have been playing. I think Minnesota Vikings are a much more talented team, and I think they're going to pull this one out by at least a touchdown. So I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings and laying the points.
My last game of the week, the Miami Dolphins traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. Miami's favored by 5.
This is an intriguing game, by the way.
And the over-under is 44. This actually could be the most fun game to watch.
I don't know what to make of the Bears. They beat the Patriots. I know they lost kind of big against Dallas, but they showed something. They showed a lot of fight in that shortened week they had to play the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, it's very interesting. Both these teams can score a lot of points, and conversely, these two teams can also give up a lot of points.
Yeah.
Look at the Bears' last 2 games. They gave up 49 points to the Cowboys, and the total of that game was 78. They played New England the week before, and there was a total of 47, and they blew out the Patriots. I think it was 33-10, 34, whatever it was. It was a very lopsided win, and I do like the way Justin Fields has been playing lately. You're seeing some development at least. I mean, as a Jets fan, I'm not seeing any development in my
steps
quarterback.
Steps
forward. Justin Fields has been playing well. It's almost like whether he's running the ball or throwing the ball, he's actually, you can see the learning curve for Justin Fields. Regarding this game itself, the over is 3-1 in Chicago's last 4 games. The Dolphins really haven't put up much offense lately until this last game with Tua back. And when Tua's back there, they seem to score a lot of points. And I don't know if that's saying something about Tua or that's saying something about the rest of the Dolphins not believing the backup quarterbacks. I don't know. But I think if you really like offense here, and I know the trend this season is to do the under, I just like the way these teams score points, whether they're giving them up or whether they're doing them themselves. I'm doing the over 44 in this game. Let's recap the week's games. Go ahead and give me your picks again.
All right. I have Seattle Seahawks visiting the Arizona Cardinals. I'm taking the underdog Seattle Seahawks. I'm thinking they're going to win outright, but they're 1.5-point underdogs. Then I have the under in the 2 terrible offenses of the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think they're going to get over 48.5 points. And I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings and laying the 3.5 points against the Washington Commanders.
And I'm doing the Seattle Seahawks plus 1.5. I'm doing the Tennessee Titans plus 12.5. Boy, I love these underdogs. And I'm doing the over 44 in the Dolphins-Bears games. Again, these picks will be put up on the Turnpike Sports blog after this segment is released. Head on over to turnpikesports.us, and you will see these print version of the blog of the picks on our blog, turnpikesports.us.
And hey,
click on the blog.
Give us your picks too.
Yeah, comment on the blog.
Absolutely.
Info.
We need all the help we can get.
Obviously,
so give us your picks.
Info at turnpikesportsradio.com is the email address. At Turnpike Sports, at Turnpike Bets, both on Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Facebook, at Turnpike Sports Radio on Instagram. That's it for this week's Betfred Sports Pro Football Picks segment on Turnpike Sports. Enjoy your Sunday games.
That'll do it for us. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.
80% of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. A BCI walk-in tub is the most affordable and comfortable walk-in tub in the market today. With our dual drain technology, your tub will drain quickly, and for those that still like the feature of a shower, our two-way bliss gives you both a handheld and overhead shower head. We offer the best financing in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months with approved credit. For comfort, safety, price, and selection, it's got to be BCI Walk-In Tub. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500.
Call 800-354-4377, 800-354-4377 for a free no obligation in-home consultation.
With Drizzly, I can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly also lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to another edition of Beatin The House here at Turnpike Sports. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle, and this week we're going to crisscross the continent talking about a bunch of slot jackpots as well as a few lottery jackpots and a brand new game that just hit Circa over in Nevada.
Okay.
Keep the press releases coming in. Info at turnpikesportsradio.com is the email address to send them to. And, you know, every week we pick and choose different stories to talk about in terms of jackpots around the continent. And let's start off in British Columbia, Canada.
You said continent. I was going to say, you're talking about outside the United States. So I guess we are. Canada. We're starting in Canada.
Exactly.
All right.
And here in Canada, or there in Canada, British Columbia, Canada, dogs may be a man's best friend, but according to this one story, the dog may also be a lucky charm for a lady.
Oh, okay.
Irene S. from Richmond, British Columbia, was playing the Mega Jackpots Wolf Run on the British Columbia Lottery Corporation's PlayNow.com platform.
So that's
a mouthful.
That's their online casino,
That's an online casino.
Okay. All right.
And Mega Jackpots Wolf Run is what she chose to play because her dog was sitting next to her lucky dachshund.
Okay.
I guess that's the hot dog, I guess is what you call it, dachshund.
Yeah.
Her dog, Wolfgang, was seated next to her, which is why she chose Wolf Run.
All right, I understand that.
So she was sitting there playing, did a couple spins, and won a jackpot of $728,890.49 Canadian.
Wow. Okay.
That is about $530,000 United States.
Still
dollars.
good.
Still a good chunk of change.
Still a
there.
jackpot.
So she was sitting there with her lucky dog, pulled a couple of, or pressed a couple of buttons, and walked away with a $700,000 jackpot on PlayNow.com.
Wow.
PlayNow.com is kind of interesting. It's run by the British Columbia Lottery Corporation, and it's been running for a long, long time. It's very popular up there.
Okay, all right.
So I'm going to take a look and see exactly what types of other games they offer. I was on the lottery website side, and they do online lottery there. So
okay, all right.
Kind of interesting how that's all working out. Going back into the United States real quick, we have a slot player at Caesar's Palace, Caesar's Reward member to boot.
Okay.
Won $100,105 on a triple red hot 7 slot machine.
All right.
Person requested to remain anonymous.
Mm-hmm. I think we say this every week. I don't think I'd give out my name.
No,
If I didn't have to, I would.
Well, the picture that was actually sent out with all this was just a picture of the slot.
Yeah. That's what we do.
So, I mean, that's...
I guess they have a choice of
Exactly.
remain anonymous and we'll take a picture of the slot, or you put your name out there and you get a picture with the big check.
So, well, yeah, again.
And when I say the big check, I mean the actual huge
the
check.
novelty check.
Novelty check.
Novelty check. And again, every state has different rules for this, too. I mean, you got to hit a certain plateau in certain states before you can say, I want to remain anonymous.
Okay.
So, but Nevada, it's whenever there's no really minimum for it.
Okay.
So, we're going to do a whole bunch of lottery stories today.
All right.
We've got one from the North Carolina Lottery. And this shows you that your fandom of NASCAR may actually pay off in certain instances.
Was it a NASCAR-themed ticket?
No.
Why? What they don't know?
The guy was a Dale Earnhardt fan.
Oh, okay. Okay, numbers. All right. He's picking certain numbers, huh?
He actually did not even pick a number. He wanted to try this game called Fast Cash. He never played it before. It was a brand new game from the North Carolina Lottery. He decided to do 3 $1 tickets from the Fast Cash 5, the Cash 5 game.
Mm-hmm.
3, Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Huge Dale Earnhardt fan, huge NASCAR fan.
Okay.
First time playing the game. Got 3 drawings of Cash 5 and ended up winning $235,001.
Wow, boy.
So,
now he's a real big Dale Earnhardt fan. Earnhardt fan, my God. I screwed up his name. Oh, my God.
This was actually an interesting
Dale
story.
Earnhardt.
NASCAR carried this story.
Well, yeah, of course.
Which was really, really fun to see NASCAR doing a lottery story. But, fan of Dale Earnhardt, 3 quick picks. 3 is his number. So, congratulations
NASCAR fans
to Luther. 63-year-old gravedigger.
Wow, okay. Luther the Gravedigger from North Carolina. Wow.
Lincolnton.
Lincolnton.
Not Lincoln.
Lincolnton, North Carolina.
Yes.
Wow, good for him. Congratulations. I was going to say NASCAR fans they're rabid fans. They love their sport, and it's good that it paid off for Luther.
Going over to Maryland now for a lottery story. We have a Maryland man who's collecting 2 jackpots within a couple weeks of each other.
Oh, okay.
He won $10,000.
I'd be happy with one.
He won $10,000 a couple weeks ago.
All right.
No word on what that game was.
Okay.
So a couple weeks later, the 40-year-old Prince George's man went into a Langley Park Exxon, decided to buy another lottery ticket. This time he tried the Crossword 6th edition scratcher.
Wow.
By the way, have you seen these?
I'm not very good with scratchers. I see them behind the, the checkout counter and things like that.
You can't miss these. These are big tickets.
By the way, some of these scratchers are expensive. I was behind one person and I heard him say, "Yeah, give me that ticket." It was $30.
Oh yeah,
for a scratch-off ticket. I didn't know
those are the big prizes.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess these are some of the things you win. But my goodness,
he went in, got his ticket, walked out, and found out he had scratched off a $100,000 jackpot.
Wow.
So he won 2.
So it's
two
worth
jackpots
$30 if that's how much he paid for it.
Well, I don't know if this
probably
Crossword
not,
6 was with a $100,000 top prize. That's usually like a $2 to $4 scratcher.
Okay, all right.
So maybe 5.
See, that's a reasonable price. I'd buy $2-3, but some of these things are crazy.
Well, we're leaving Maryland now.
All right.
Going to Virginia. We got a couple Virginia lottery stories.
Boy, a lot of lottery wins. What's going on with the lottery?
Slow week in the slots.
I guess so.
Well, actually, you know what? We haven't really done too many lottery stories.
Okay.
And I figured let me hit a whole bunch.
You're
of these.
playing catch up.
I'm balancing out
right.
the jackpots here. Sandra M, and this was actually in the newsletter from the Virginia Lottery, was playing the Virginia Lottery's Prospectors Gold game. And that's actually kind of a cool game. It's, as you can imagine, it looks like a minor 49er.
Okay.
You remember what was the Scooby-Doo episode, Minor 49er?
Yeah.
So it looks something like that, where the guy's mining gold out of a mine, and
All right.
that's the theme of it.
Okay.
She was sitting at home in her room, away from her family, and according to the release, the family heard her screaming. So they all came running in, trying to figure out what was wrong, and it took her a little bit of time to tell them that she hit a $256,143 jackpot playing the Prospectors Gold Instant game.
You know, the people in certain states just can't comprehend the great feeling of sitting and playing the lottery or playing slots or playing poker online for real money. I mean, you have your afternoon off where it's like a rainy, terrible Saturday or Sunday afternoon and nothing's on TV.
Or you're just bored, whatever you're doing.
It's so much fun to sit and play on your phone or your computer. I don't play on my phone too much. I play on my computer a lot, but it's just so much fun to play. Our dad loves roulette. He's played roulette online some nights and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun.
There's even bingo and all those different types of games that are online. A lot of places offer all these different things. I know some
bingo.
of the,
let me tell you something. Bingo's huge online.
Yes.
I think Borgata has a bingo
Borgata
game.
has Borgata Bingo.
Let me tell you something. They promoted the hell out of that when that
Yes.
first came out. I mean, I'm not a bingo player and I know too much about bingo, but boy, did they promote that. Someone else has bingo too. I think Virgin Casino. I think Tropicana has bingo.
I remember years back, Virgin came out with, I think it was Virgin. It was Virgin, 90-ball bingo.
Yeah.
Which was a huge step forward in bingo technology.
Well, Borgata came out with 90-ball bingo and 75-ball bingo. I don't know the difference. I had a different number of balls, I guess, but other than that, I guess
it's
not
a bigger
sure.
bingo card.
I have no idea.
So
I have no idea. I've seen the boards going down to Atlantic City, and they have a big billboard there.
The bingo, Borgata bingo, and all that. Yeah.
So
I'm actually waiting to see bingo being offered in the casinos in Atlantic City.
It might be. I don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, I know you have places like up north. What is that? Foxwoods. We used to be a bingo hall.
Yeah,
that's how it started out.
Keno's huge up in New England.
Keno's huge.
Yeah,
Keno you can play everywhere.
The weird thing about Keno in New England, especially in Massachusetts, is you can play it in restaurants.
Yes.
I mean, you won $400. We were what was it? We having lunch somewhere, and you bought a Keno ticket, and
I had nothing else to do,
and you won $400 in like a half hour.
I'm sitting there waiting for my food. Might as well just buy a Keno ticket.
And they paid out.
Right there.
The restaurant paid out. Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
That's another thing that's interesting because different states, if you do have Keno's offered in different states. Every state has a different pay threshold.
Yeah.
I mean, if mine was a little bit more than $400, I think Massachusetts has something like an $800 threshold. That
yeah,
the location has to pay out up to $800. After that, you have to go to the lottery commission.
Yeah.
But yeah, Keno's fun to play.
Yeah,
especially when you're just sitting there.
Yeah, you're just sitting in a restaurant. You might as well play bingo. You have a beer, you watch a game, and play
Keno. There, right there. Staying in Virginia, we've got one other game.
All right.
According to this release, this was actually kind of an interesting release. As opposed to the screaming like a banshee in the previous story.
Okay.
This story featured no jumping up and down, no yelling, no shouting, no extreme emotional response to this. Nicholas B. had bought a ticket for the 10 Years of Cash game.
Okay.
And he when he found out he won, all he did was put it in his pocket and went home. Didn't tell anybody until he got home, and he said it so calmly, according to the release, no one believed him.
Okay.
So he actually had to...
So how much did he win? I mean, was it...
$566,044.
Wow. That's amazing self-control.
That is
I was
going to
say, what do you win, $10,000 or something?
Nope.
No, wow, 500. Wow, jeez.
And he was faced with the choice, and this is why his family didn't believe him, because he presented it this way to his family. I can take $5,000 per month for 10 years or a lump sum option of the $566,000. So
people always say take the lump sum.
That's what he did.
Okay, smart.
And that's
Smart.
that's the smart
I guess
thing
that
to do.
yeah, for tax purposes, you get
taxes already taken out of the lump sum.
So,
but I don't know. Some states do this tax free.
Well, you got to figure it out. It depends on what state. Let me tell you something. You win a big lottery figure. Talk to a lawyer, talk to your accountant, talk to a financial advisor, and get the lowdown on the best option on how to accept the money and things like that. So,
well, congratulations to all our winners.
Yep.
We're going to end up this segment with talking about a brand new game that's being offered at Circa.
I think I heard this, but let you say
This is not your ordinary slot.
Okay.
This is rock, paper, scissors.
Classic game. Huh?
Yep.
Now it's only offered at Circa
right now.
I mean, if I jumped online in New Jersey, I can't find rock, paper, scissors.
It's a brand new. It was just introduced at G2E.
Okay.
Aruz Gaming.
All right.
They have it in Circa right now.
Now, is this a slot machine or what?
It's a physical slot machine.
Okay.
It's not online.
Okay.
It's a brick and mortar slot.
Okay.
That takes the game of rock, paper, scissors and digitizes it.
Okay. All right.
Basically,
I'd love to see it. I mean, I don't know how it. I got to check it out online. I guess.
It's interesting to see.
They
this.
have pictures of it.
Yes, they even have a video for it and all that stuff.
Oh,
you
okay.
can watch it.
All right.
You start out by choosing. When you sit down at the slot machine, you put your money in.
Okay.
Obviously, you choose rock, paper, or scissors to start playing as.
Okay.
And when every reel that spins, you have to try and beat what's up there.
Oh, okay.
You know, rock beats.
Now, can you change? I mean, for one spin, I can be rock.
Yes.
Can I change it for a different spin?
You could, for the next spin, you could do something different.
All right.
And
I
when
like that.
When you beat the reels, you get your jackpot.
Mhm.
When you tie, it goes to a free spin.
Oh, okay.
And then
All
you
right.
actually try and spin to try another spin to beat that.
See, that's fun. I like that. I like the option of choosing what you are before you spin.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. I like that.
And prize values are going to be different. It didn't say whether this was a progressive game or not. The initial betting is $5, but can go all the way up to $100 a spin.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm assuming the jackpots could be huge on this.
Okay.
But
so this isn't going to be in your 1 cent slot area of the casino.
This would basically be in certain areas, almost like a high limit
roller
slot.
Yeah, okay.
High limit slot. So
sounds like fun. I'd give it a shot.
It's different,
Yeah.
and I love the creativity behind it.
Now it's only in Circa right now.
Right now,
is
they're
it
going to be
just going to be in Circa?
Aruz
or-
is doing contracts with other places.
Okay, good.
So we'll see where it ends up next. But right now it's at Circa, and it seems to be a lot of fun. A lot of people are liking how it's going and playing it, enjoying it.
Okay.
And look for their follow-up to this game. They are going to be releasing pretty soon. The next slot is going to be Whack-A-Mole.
Hey, all right.
Another classic game.
No, everyone who grew up on the Jersey Shore knows
Exactly.
Whack-A-Mole. All right.
So maybe it'll be in Atlantic City Casino.
I hope so.
Well, that's it for this week's Beatin the House. Please keep the press releases coming in. info@turnpikesportsradio.com is our email address to send your press releases into. And we'll be back next week with a whole other collection of jackpots.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.